Everybody, Patty Ann here. Listen, I decided to get a new machine because so many of you have been asking, after the PE 770 or the PE 800, what's the next step up from that of a Brother machine that I could get? This is the one you want to get. It trims your jump stitches. No more trimming of jump stitches, you guys. It takes a 6x10 hoop. It's fabulous. The needle threader is really terrific. It's just a super duper machine. Oh, and you can connect to it wirelessly from your computer. So let's get started and let me show you how to thread this, how to get it set up to your Wi-Fi, and I think you're gonna love it. Oh, and by the way, I got mine from the quilt shop where I used to work, Beginnings Quilt Shop in Hendersonville, North Carolina. Hey, if you're in the area, stop by and pick up a machine there because they give you free lessons on your machines. Yeah, free. And we're thinking about doing something for you people that might buy from far away, a way that we might be able to give you free lessons, because guess what? Not only do you get this fabulous machine, but you get some software to go with it. So again, let's get started with just part one of this. Okay, as you can see, it's the Brother Innovis NQ 1700E. Back in the day, I used to have the 1400E. So the 1700E is very much like the 1600E, which is no longer available, but this one is a little different because it's wireless. I mentioned to you that you get free software. It's the BES Blue Edition. You won't believe how many really cool fonts you get with it. Well, to get your machine started, you turn it on, and then it says that the carriage is going to move. So you say okay, and you can see the carriage moving. And after the carriage moves, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this little button that looks like a piece of paper to set up my Wi-Fi. Then I'm going to go to page number 8. Right now it's on page number 1. Just hit this arrow until I get to page number 8. And when I'm there, you'll see at the top, there's a button that says on. Yours will probably say off. You want to make it say on, and you want to go to the wireless wizard. Just click on that, and it'll begin searching for your wireless connectivity. Okay, one of the first things I wanted to show you was the difference in the hoops. They're different than the ones we use for our PE 770 and PE 800. This is the 5x7 hoop, the same size that you'll get with this machine. But you also get this one, which is a 6x10, and I just want to show you the difference in size. Okay, here's the 5x7 inside of the 6x10. And you can roughly see about how much more real estate area you have with this one. So I was able to do this, my first little stitch out that I did, this in this big hoop like that. All right, so I'm going to show you now how to wind a bobbin. So you need to open up this. Here's where you place your bobbin, right up here. So I'm going to put a bobbin up here. You have to make sure you use only Brother bobbins. Stick that right up there. And use the bobbin thread that comes with the machine. This is a 90 weight bobbin thread. And if you look up here, there's a little diagram. You can't see it, but it shows you, if at all possible, instead of having your thread come off the top like this, they suggest it comes off of the bottom like this. So I'll put this on here. Okay, just like with the other Brother machines, you get this nice little packet of tools that I use and I keep here faithfully so that I always know where they are. And I'll stick this right on here. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just follow the diagrams that are given for me up here. There's a number 1 here, so I'll follow number 1 first. And then go under this bar for number 2. And then it shows me to go back over this thing. And it shows you exactly where your thread should go. It needs to go up on the top of this part, and you'll see the diagram. Make sure it goes under this rounded part before you bring it back to your spool and then wind it around about 6 or 7 times, and then use the little cutter blade right here to cut that end off. And I'll have some little takeouts for you to be able to see that better. So you'll push this over like this, and notice this button here is turned orange now. That means my bobbin's ready to be wound, and I'll just press that and it's going to start winding. Okay, this diagram just shows the labels where you'll go with your thread. Number 1, and then after you go over number 1, you're going to go under that metal piece for number 2. And then you'll go to number 3. You're going to go over top of that little metal piece at the top and then under the wheel. And you can see the little diagram there. And then you'll go to your bobbin and wind it 6 or 7 times and cut it off with that little cutter. Okay, now to thread the machine, you take the same technique basically. Start with any color you'd like. This time, this Floriani thread, I'm unable to make it come from under the bottom, but it seems to work okay for me. And I'm going to put this on here. Then, instead of using that little cap I had used before, I'm going to use this piece that comes in the kit of tools and just stick it on the end of this and push it all the way down in there. Hold it in place. Okay, now we'll start again following the numbers. So once again we go 1 and 2, and rather than going back here to do the bobbin, we're going to continue on right up around here to number 3, which is way down here, and go around that, come back up here to number 4, oopsie, and then down to number 5 and 6, 7. So that's all there is to that, other than to thread the needle. You simply push that. Okay, right here, there's a little teeny tiny bar that you'll have to make sure that your thread goes behind. And when it goes behind there, you want to pull it so it gets all the way to the left. You can almost tug it, and if you need to, you can hold up top a little bit. And then you go in here, and then above number 7, and there's diagrams too, and then to number 8 and cut it off. And then you just have to hit this and it threads your machine. Okay, the last thing I wanted to show you was just something really, really fast, and that is this. If you would like to make a monogram, I want to show you how easy it would be if you'd like to make Christmas decorations using monograms. So I just clicked on the Monogram Maker, and then I came here and clicked on this frame, and look at all these different frames that I can change it to. Okay, depending on what I have in there and what I like for my monogram. So there's all kinds of different things. So let's see. And then you can change the style of the letters over here. And I also went ahead and changed the font on mine, which I'm not crazy about the font that I use, but I'll leave it like that for now. But these are all the different frames. Look at this that you could use for your monogram. And if I click on this, of course, I can go ahead and change the font. There'll be a lot of fonts in here you're not familiar with, because you're going to get all these fonts. And I think I'll make it taller. See what's going to happen. I'll say apply. Okay, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So there's all kinds of them. So I can click on this again and find some more fonts. But anyway, this is the free, one of the free stuff, the free software that you get. There's also another one that you can download to your machine so you can more easily send your stuff wirelessly over to your computer. I mean, to your sewing machine or your embroidery machine. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me. Look down below. I'll have the link for Beginnings Quilt Shop if you want to go check them out or take a little road trip and check them out. Also, I'll have another couple links down below where you might be able to pick up this machine as well. So again, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all again soon. By the way, please comment below, like, and subscribe. And if you have any questions about this machine, let's learn to use it together. I'd love to hear your questions and to have something to work on. So again, thanks so much. Bye-bye.